What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about 5 different things that you want to figure out and understand before you start your Shopify business. This is not only going to save you time, money, but it's also going to save you effort, because I know once you hit that, Shopify $29 plan, you want to hit the ground running. So this is 5 different things that's going to help you during your Shopify business that you want to figure out before you start your Shopify business. Ready? So the first thing is picking a premium theme. Now, I've talked about this before. My whole YouTube channel is showing people how to design themes, how to set up a store with a premium theme. The fact is that premium themes come with better out-of-the-box settings than just a regular theme does. And these settings help you convert at a higher level. Now, I've talked about why that is. I broke down the literal human psychology behind it. There are different triggers that humans have that we need so that we can actually make a decision, right? Some of those things are impulsivity, scarcity, social proof, Lollapalooza effect, so many different things. With that being said, get a premium theme, figure out what premium theme you're going to go with, and then we'll go ahead and move on to number two. Number two, figure out your options for driving traffic. So this is one of the biggest things, and this is the things that I messed up on when I first built my very first business many years ago. I didn't know where I was going to get my traffic from. I thought I could just build a business, build a website, and traffic would just show up, which is not the case at all. The first thing you need to do, really, and this is out of the 5, is you need to figure out where you're going to get your traffic from. Where is traffic going to just show up from? Because despite what people think, it's not going to show up from the thin air. You got to figure out, is it going to be from Facebook? Is it going to be from Google? Is it going to be from SEO? Is it going to be from ads? Where are you going to get your traffic from? Is it going to be from Pinterest? Wherever it is, just stick to that method, because that's the first thing you want to go ahead and figure out. Because at the end of the day, you have no business if you have no traffic. Okay? So that's number 2, is figure out your options for driving your traffic. Now, I'm staring at my notes here. That's why I'm looking down. So, number 3, locate your market. So what do I mean when I say locate your market? Products that you're going to sell. You got to figure what that's going to be. You got to figure out who is your ideal customer. Are they going to be willing to purchase at the price that you're essentially putting on? This is why I say locate the market. Figure out where is going to be your target market. Is it going to be teenagers? Is it going to be adults? Is it going to be, figure out the target market, figure out your ideal customer. Okay. That's going to help you when it comes down to the targeting phase, which is essentially number 2, right? Figuring out your traffic option. You got to figure out who's going to be your target market. There is a different target market for every different business, and sometimes it changes. A good example of this is, like, let's say coffee. You have Dunkin' Donuts, you have Starbucks, and then you have like grocery style coffee, right? Where you just buy it and then do it at home, right? So you have 3 different options there. You look at Starbucks, that's going to be like the most premium. You got Dunkin' Donuts, that's going to be like the cheaper version for somebody who just wants to grab and go. Then you have the people that like to create their own coffee at home, and that's going to be a whole different category of market. You can't really compare all 3, okay? You got to figure out where your target fits. All right, number 4. Take a look at what your competitors are doing. I can't stress this enough, but I can't tell you how many times I've started a business and, I didn't really look at what the competitors are doing. And I thought it was going to be a grand slam. It really wasn't, right? You got to figure out what the competitors are doing. And if all of your competitors are doing the same thing, number 1, you might want to, take that into consideration, try to analyze why that's the case, right? Try to figure out, how can you help yourself? If they're all doing the same thing, maybe you should do something similar, or, get a leg up on the competition and beat the competition by doing something different, which brings me to the very last reason, or the very last option here, or thing that you should do before starting your store, is address your competitive advantage. What's going to make you different? What's going to make you better than the competition? I see so many people, and I'll give this an example. When I started my clothing brand, right, many years ago, I started this way before the YouTube clothing revival. What I mean by that is there's a guy on the scene named Christian Guzman, right? And he created clothing, and he's actually the guy who basically made the concept famous, is that everybody could just go out there and create a clothing brand. And he did it very successfully on probably a much larger scale than I have. But what he did was he essentially was the domino effect for everybody else to go start. Everybody in there, everybody's starting a clothing brand after him, right? And he's inspired so many people. I started my clothing brand before him, okay? So when I started my clothing brand, there was really nobody showing the way. There was nobody talking about these things. Everything that I had to do where I talked to manufacturers and I customized things and things like that, I was doing it white label style. And this was before he even showed any of his videos or anything like that in the industry of clothing. Now, the cool thing about that is right after him, everybody started doing the same thing. Everybody started coming out with their own clothing brands. And now clothing brands are like it's not even a novelty. It's like everybody does it now. Everybody has a clothing brand now. So my point is, address your competitive advantage. What makes you different? That's why I say the clothing industry is so difficult now, is because how are you going to be any different from any of these companies? I mean, you got to think about what's going to make you different. If you can figure out what your difference is, this is also known as your competitive advantage. You want to figure this out. The reason why you want to figure this out is because you're going to use that to market, okay? A lot of people will tell you figure out your competitive advantage, but what do you do with that? You're going to use that competitive advantage to market your product. So, for example, let's say your competitive advantage is that you figured out this new material, right? You're going to take that material and you're going to market it out to the world and say, hey, this is a different material than what everybody else uses. Come buy my product. Right? That's just another way of saying it. So these are the 5 different reasons. I'll just read them out one more time. Right? Pick a premium Shopify store theme. Number 1. Number 2, figure out your options when it comes to driving traffic. Number 3, locate your market products, whether it's going to be that you're going to sell or who your ideal customer is. Number 4, take a look at what your competitors are doing. And finally, number 5, address your competitive advantage. All right, guys? So if you like this video, hit me up in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up. And these are the 5 things that you should be figuring out and addressing before you publish your Shopify store. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye.